Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Bird's Eye View. I am the War Duck, and I am here with the lovely Mr. Krow.
Hey, everybody.
So, oh man, let's see. I don't even know.
This is a tough topic to get.
So, we're coming up
We got
on
rub people wrong.
election here pretty soon in what, another
Yes.
year, right? Or at the end of this year?
2024. Yes.
At the end, is it at the end of next year? I don't know. I can't.
It should be. Yeah, the end of next year, November-ish, right?
I don't know.
But you're going to start getting elections. You got
so
people.
rarely vote. Like, I've literally only voted twice in my lifetime, so I have no idea when that shit is. That's just whenever they tell me to go. So, but
I don't even know what to do.
so here's the thing: is when you're 18, you are a idiot.
I thought you were going to say considered an adult, but whatever. You're right.
Well, you
still
are
young and
considered an adult, but you are an idiot. You have
not-
zero life experience. You have zero world exposure, and
You still can't drink.
Twitter and TikTok is not world exposure. Sorry.
No. Your social media is not world exposure.
And isn't that funny, right? You can't buy a gun and you can't drink. Well, you can't buy a handgun. You can buy a rifle, but you can't buy a handgun and you can't drink until you're 21. But at 18, we'll let you shape this country and vote. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's just freaking stupid.
So, my new favorite person at the moment. Oh boy. How about
I have to agree.
we don't screw that up? Okay, there we go. All right, so Vivek Ramaswamy, I don't even know who this guy is.
I don't know how to say his last name.
He's pretty cool anyway.
Vivek.
Says Gen Z isn't proud to be American, so he wants to force them to serve in the military if they want to vote. Now, this is a misleading headline because that's not the only way you could vote. So, let's go down.
And it's also targeting just one group, and he's not targeting one group.
Yeah. So he says that, well, this article is kind of against him, but it says Republican presidential candidate, I don't know about that, seems to think forcing young people into the military in exchange for their right to vote would help bolster waning national pride among Gen Z. Not everyone will like this proposal, he admitted on Twitter. His own staff has expressed resistance and even vehement objections. But it just goes to prove his point, and his point that he's kind of probably on the right track.
Yes.
Says he wants to raise the minimum voting age from 18 to 25 unless young people serve in the military, work as first responders, or pass a civics test.
Fabulous. Got my vote. Love this.
So he says U.S. faces a 25% recruitment deficit in the military, and just 16% of Gen Z said they're proud to be an American. I don't know where he's getting this number, but
I don't know where they're getting
that's
that
not
number.
a surprising number to me.
I'm not saying it's not accurate. It feels right. That's all I would say. The numbers aren't low enough or high enough to say that.
TikTok and other social media has done a wonderful job of infiltrating American society and bringing down the American empire from the youth, from the inside out. So,
the group, if you want to change America, you have to target the younger generation, and you have to play the long game. You're targeting this age group. Yeah.
Says
You're gonna have to
Ramsey's
wait for 20 years.
Ramsey Wamey Ramis, whatever, is proposing a constitutional amendment to get this done. The amendment would raise the voting age from 18 to 25. He said, leaving an exception for those 18 or older who meet a national service requirement.
Yes.
We're not a direct democracy. We are a constitutional republic. We need to revive civic duty among young Americans. That's why I'm announcing my support for a constitutional amendment to raise the voting age from 18 to 25, but still allow 18-year-olds to vote if they either
Basically,
uh,
if they want to vote, they have to earn it.
if they either pass the same civics test required of immigrants to become naturalized citizens, or else perform a 6 months of military or first responder service. I think that needs to be extended to 2 years. We must be
6
ambitious.
months seems short.
I understand not everyone will like this proposal, and that it will take persuasion to convince many of its merits, but I'm ready to take that on.
I love it. I think this is a great idea. And it's
So
definitely the thing I like about it is it's thinking outside the box and it's changing America to what it should be. People.
yeah, so 10 years ago, I don't think you would have found. Well, I don't know. I'm starting to feel old when I talk like this. Like there was a point when I was growing up, you would never see another flag flown of another country or something, unless it was also mated with an American flag.
And you're saying that was 10 years ago?
Yeah, maybe longer
I'm
though.
I'm trying to think when I have seen another flag other than the USA flag flown. And the you're right. I'm starting to think of I've got some friends who came from across the pond. My easy way of I know people make fun of me and all that, but it's from across the Atlantic Ocean. And they would fly both. They would fly their home country along with the American flag. And I don't know if this means anything, but I'm also remembering that the American flag was on top and their homeland flag was on underneath it. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that's civic. That's rules for the American flag. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. They followed it. They
Yeah.
followed the rule then. So, because I was going to say, yeah, I'm remembering that that's how they flow. How it flowed. So,
But nowadays, even in video games, you can fly the pride flags everywhere. But when you're a
oh yeah,
modder and you change that to the American flags, they ban you off the modding unit and say that you're a bigot and transphobic
no
and
way.
all this other stuff. Right. So even in gaming, you can't be patriotic anymore.
Holy cow!
So basically what has happened is our youth doesn't see America for what it is, and maybe they need to go to Russia and get some Brittany Grinder perspective.
Yes. You
And
see the
and
other
I
video?
think this is a great way. I think this is I would support the hell out of this. Is
I support this. I think it's an amazing idea.
is because here's the thing. Let's be honest. When you're 18, you don't know shit and you think you do. Um, so that's
And I'm not.
kind of
I don't think, dude. Just to be clear with everyone too, for the younger audience that may be watching us or come across this, we're not being rude. We were 18 too. We were young and dumb and ready to take on the world because that's what we were We were able to.
which is
But
exactly
that's
why
not.
the reason I think this.
I
Because
love it. I
I
think
know
it's
when I was
really good.
18, like I didn't know anything. Like I went into the
It's not that you
military.
didn't know.
No,
You just
no,
didn't
I
have the
didn't.
experience.
I was brought up in a fairly ruralish town in Oregon, and I thought Muslims were only black because the only Muslims I had ever heard of were Muhammad Ali and Martin Luther King, or no,
Okay.
not Martin Luther King, but yeah, no, damn it.
So you had a stereotype. Okay.
Well, yeah, I
can
didn't
follow
know.
that
That's
one.
the only through
Yeah.
TV. Those are the only the only Muslim people that I'd ever heard of. So I just thought it was a black cultural thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get
Makes
into the
sense.
military, and then I get stationed with this kid that I didn't know. He was from Arizona. I didn't know anything about him, and he took me to Muslim school. He was born in Iran and was a Muslim. His mom was Muslim, and that's when I found out this whole extra part of the world was Muslim, and it had nothing to do
Mm,
with you being African American or black or anything. It was this whole other religious thing
it's a religion. Yeah.
that was based in this whole three-quarters of the world over there on that side is all Muslim, and it's like I never knew any of that. I'd never
Yeah.
been exposed to it. I'd never even heard of it. I just thought it was this thing because the only
And
time I'd ever seen it was like Muhammad Ali and stuff.
and I think too, what you're explaining right now, Doc, your experience, our younger generation, I want to say our children, but the younger generation is still going through this, even though they think they aren't
Well,
because they have social media.
right, but that's the thing is social media does expose you to some things, but it doesn't
Um,
give you the life experience part of it.
it's a yeah, it's a one-sided view. Yeah.
And so for me, being in the military, being deployed over to Bosnia, seeing these religious wars and the destruction of these religious wars, like, I don't care how much you watch it on TV. I don't care how much you read about it. I don't care all the pictures you see about it. Until you see that kind of stuff up close, personal, it's not the same.
Exactly.
and
Same.
and those life experiences are what really give you the perspective to vote and do those things, and
Makes you more knowledgeable.
that
You're
way when you
you're
vote you have that experience side to go with what's happening and make that kind of decision. So I think this is a wonderful thing. Make you get out into the world and serve the people one way or another, whether that's the military, first responders, or you decide that you're just going to go and take a
education.
test and do it. But you have to be smart enough to
Education.
take the test. And I would bet money. I would bet money right now that I bet at least 60% of graduating high school fail the civics test right now.
I would see. I'm giving you. I think it's more than 60. So
Well,
the reason. So let me tell you a
Well,
little
I
bit
do
of
too,
why
but I
I
would
say
be
this.
willing to bet money on at least 60%.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I get you. I'm willing to put money down on 60. Yeah. I have worked with two. See, and I take this so wrong. I worked with two people. Are they immigrants? I guess they had to take their civics test. I was helping them study for this test, and there are questions I couldn't answer. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't even know this. Like, so would I be able to take the test and pass it? I still even studying way back, this is probably what, more than 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Um, I don't know if my knowledge even from then studying it would still carry over, but they ask some questions that I have been born, raised USA, never left. I have left. I have gone to Cancun and Canada in the past 3 years, 5 years. Sorry, 5 years. That's it. And there's no way I could answer these questions. I was like, no, like, so I think it's awesome. I really stand behind this vote, like, or for what he's bringing, because it's trying to establish something that I believe USA stands for, and that is the knowledge that is needed when you have to place a vote. And
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I'm 100% for this.
All right.
And,
So,
and just for the record, I'm going to say 75 to 80% of high schoolers that graduate wouldn't pass the test.
all right. So leave a like if you think that this amendment should be passed. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this. And yeah, I think this is wonderful.
Amazing.
I think this should be an executive order and put to
I
practice
agree.
immediately. But That's the thing
2024.
is they're gonna the Democrats will talk about race and blind these stupid Gen Zers that don't know anything about real world or real life, and then they'll get votes from these morons, and then we'll still be in
Just
trouble.
don't understand it the
So,
same.
yeah.
Go talk to people from across in other countries of how much the things that you think matter the most to you as a USA citizen. Go talk to them, other people outside, and see how much they care.
Yeah. All right. With that,
Anyway, with that,
we are out of here. Much love, all. We will catch
thanks
you next time.
everyone. Talk to you next time.